I think cooking is a skill and it's a craft and it's all about reps. And if you look at the culture of cuisine at the moment in the UK, there's not a lot of cooking going on. Food should look good, but it should taste better. And I've always said that. These are my tweezers, and they've been that from day one. Because the feeling of food you need to touch. Food is a contact sport. You know what I mean? You've got to feel it. 9 times out of 10, chefs that know us can see an RSP dish from a mile off because it's got a style.
15 years ago, I was sous chef here at Restaurant Sat Bains. It's the best job I've ever had. It was also the toughest and the most inspiring. I've come back now to see how Sat and his team are still one of the best restaurants in the country 26 years on.
Hello, my name is Charlie Stockwell. I'm the senior sous chef here. My nickname is Chaz. I've worked with Sat for almost 5 years now, and my favourite chef is probably Anthony Bourdain.
So what we got on the go?
So these are our mushroom tarts. So we make like a mushroom sablé base.
Yeah.
We line all of these. This will be on the venison dish. So obviously coming into autumn now, we've got some beautiful roe deer, almost like a warm tartare. A little onion custard inside, classic garnish, capers, gherkins, shallots, some crispy venison haunch.
Lovely.
So the shoulder, almost like crispy chili beef style.
Yeah.
You do it in Chinese. A few other little bits, raw shaved mushrooms. Basically all the mushroom trim that we get, we will dehydrate, blend to a powder, and then that goes into the sablé mix.
Yeah.
And that gives it just a nice, nice colour, obviously a nice mushroomy umami flavour as well. One thing that I've heard Sat say countless amount of times since he's been here, whenever he has these sort of conversations, is you always keep evolving.
Yeah.
So like, even if we've got like a recipe for success, he'll be like, let's change something.
Yeah.
Let's do something new. Let's get it all in. So if you come and eat at a restaurant, you can come in 1 month and then 6 months later you can be running the same menu. You can have 2 completely different guests come in between those times, but the thing that doesn't change for me is the chef. If you're on a section, you're cooking the same dish for like 6 months, you just get bored of it.
Yeah.
For me, I love it when you get a new dish on, and the first service you do, you get excited about coming in the next day and cooking it.
So Restaurant Sat Bains to me is a restaurant that 26 years ago I walked down this lane and fell in love with the obscurity of the location in a flyover, cigarette factory pylon. And I've always said years ago, it's always been about the food, not about where you are. So it's a labour of love, of pure, sheer will to give people delicious food, but maybe take them off a bit of a beaten track as well.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm a chef's party here at Sat Bains. I've been here about 2.5 years. My favourite chef is Thomas Kelly.
So agnolotti, this is my favourite pasta. This.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. What are we stuffing it with?
Hare ragu.
Hare ragu, yeah?
Yeah, so we mince the hare meat, the legs with some pork belly,
Yeah.
and all the offal as well, so it gets really funky.
Oh,
That's
nice.
how Sat's likes it. And then we finish that off with some red wine, veal stock, some maitake mushrooms cooked in some teriyaki.
Yeah.
And then with the actual agnolotti itself, we make a sauce using all the hare bones, little chestnut puree, fresh chestnuts, diced with some chives, olive oil, some citrus.
Yeah. So like a real
Yeah,
flavour bomb in just
very
that little parcel.
wintry dish, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only been on a couple of weeks, but we really like to use a lot of game here, so it's quite exciting. At the moment we have venison, hare, and some wild ducks on as well, so that's really cool being able to prep all of that.
How many agnolotti per portion?
It depends on the size of menu because we have a couple of offerings,
Yeah.
but on the main larger menu it's 3 agnolotti.
Okay, lovely.
This is our 3rd variation of an agnolotti dish.
Yeah.
So we like to change the menu quite a lot, but sometimes if we have like a format of a dish that works really well, like the agnolotti is like the customer seems to really like it.
Yeah.
Is how can we kind of evolve that with the season a little bit? So we had a duck dish, duck agnolotti, on in the spring. Then we moved to lamb, start early summer, and then now for game season we're on this. So.
It's one of my favourites because you can get so much flavour in that little parcel, but then it catches all the sauce with that little lip.
Exactly. It's my favourite.
What's it bound in? What's the sauce?
So we just make a little bit of like a plain butter emulsion to coat them, and then there's on the dish there's the hair jus, and we make a spiced brown butter with some like cinnamon, star anise, nutmeg, juniper, just so it's like really autumnal. It goes really well with the hair, and then that's split with some pine oil from our garden outside.
Hopefully there's a few spares to try later, yeah?
Definitely, we'll get some cooked up.
I think because we look at everything from scratch, 26 years is just a number. So I still look at this place when I walk down, wake up in the morning, come to work, what can we improve? I think sitting on laurels, resting on laurels is a death sentence. You know, yes, I've got a phenomenal team and they are what make RSB. They believe in the vision, but you've still got to have a driving force. That is, I still know nothing. I still need to keep pushing.
Now this is something we haven't seen on the channel yet, and we're really lucky to see the beekeepers, because Sat and his team keep bees here, but they have some professionals look after the bees, come and check the hives as they are now. I'm not getting too close because I'm told if you're wearing white, they think you're a beekeeper. Roxana?
Yes.
You're the beekeeper. Now I don't have any experience of bees and I'm trying to keep out of the way, but it looks amazing. So what, you're here today to what, to check on the hives?
We have to get them ready to go into the winter. The bees don't actually hibernate, but they cluster together to keep the queen warm. She has to be kept alive till spring. So the winter bees will cluster around her and keep her warm, keep her fed, make sure that she's okay. So we have to leave 30 to 40 kilos of food in the hive.
To get them through the winter?
Them through the winter.
Oh, wow.
In the winter, she doesn't lay eggs. She might lay one or two, but she doesn't lay eggs. But in the summertime, during the season, she might be laying between 1,500 and 2,000 eggs every day.
Wow.
So she's filling the hive with eggs, and the worker bees are looking after them. And then the foraging bees are out there bringing stuff in to feed the larvae.
Yeah, such an amazing operation.
It's an amazing operation. But a bee only lives for 6 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't realise.
So the first couple of weeks she's in the hive, cleaning, sorting things out and so on. Then she's receiving honey from the workers who are bringing it in and spreading it around the hive to dry it.
Yeah.
Because when they bring the nectar in, it's 80% water, only 20% sugar. So they've got to dry it until it's only 17% water.
Wow.
And when it's exactly 17%,
and they know when it's exactly...
They know when it's exactly 17%,
Wow.
they'll cap it over with wax so that it won't spoil.
So how long does a queen bee survive?
She can live for up to 5 years.
Oh, wow.
But she becomes less and less effective as she gets older, A, because she's using up all her energy to lay eggs.
Yeah.
And she produces this specific pheromone that controls the mood of the hive. So if you've got a queen who's not very effective, then the mood of the hive changes. They become a bit more, not aggressive, a bit more defensive, a bit more feisty. And when you open them, they'll be a bit buzzy around you. And then they will kill off the old queen.
Yeah.
And allow the new queen to take over.
Am I right? So when they kill her, do they surround her and overheat, or is that how it works?
They can surround her and overheat her. They can sting her to death. They can starve her to death, and then they'll just chuck her out the hive.
Wow, it's brutal.
It is brutal, but it's the survival of the hive that matters.
Of course, yeah. Nobody's bigger than the hive.
Not only have I been here 26 years, I've been a chef 38 years. I've seen a lot of things, trends, styles, formats, and I think as long as you're honest and genuine with your food and your product, that should last the test of time. So there has been trends, there's things that's happening as you know now. There's a lot of Japanese influence in a lot of restaurants, something I don't particularly like. I've been fortunate to have been to Japan 4 times over the last 15 years. I've seen how the nuances of beautiful Japanese food can be created and how you can intersperse it into a nice menu. But I think a lot of chefs are just jumping on the bandwagon without the knowledge. Sushi Stew is brilliant, is what he does, and brings a lot of product over to the UK. But with that has to come education, and I think that's where it's failed. And I think you can oversaturate a menu with too many high umami flavours.
I'm Pete, I'm the head gardener here. I've been here for 3 years. I look after everything outdoors, the greenhouses, everything you can see.
But what's amazing at the moment, so we're mid-October now, what's amazing, or what's coming up or ready to pick and cook?
Well, it's still what's left over from the summer really. So at the moment, the focus is on the shiso plants, which you can see behind you there, the bi-coloured ones there. So they're about to flower. and they'll be using those tiny little pink flowers for decorations.
And then how does it work at the start of the year? Do you have a conversation with Sat and John and like make a plan of growing throughout the year
A rough
and what they
plan.
want to put on the menu?
Yeah, a rough plan. It's I do have quite a long leash while I'm here, so it's what I want to grow, because part of the job is to grow things they eat. You also got to grow it in a way that it looks nice, you know, so sort of show garden, an allotment and a functioning herb garden all at the same time. This year it's been the most perfect year for English gardens. Everything survived, everything grew. So we've had, where normally we would grow something, it would take all season to grow. This year we've had 2 or 3 versions of that same thing. You know, we've got heated greenhouses, we can grow stuff all year round. So once these nasturtiums are no longer able to grow outside, they'll be grown indoors, so they can use those. If you come here in summer, which is the sort of the main season that we grow to, everything, you can feel it, it hums, it's alive, it's colourful, it's vibrant, there's birds wandering in and out, there's pheasants, there's rabbits, everything's just, it's like a mecca, you know. Even the guests, they come out and they have a walk around and they talk to the people. The chefs are here cutting things. It just feels like it's meant to be here, and it's a great feeling to know you've made it.
Yeah, I think ultimate respect comes from knowledge, and knowledge comes from a very balanced tasting menu if that's what you do, or an a la carte. But food is a universal subject that you've got to master your style, and when it becomes generic, that you don't know where that dish has come from anymore, I think you've lost the identity. 9 times out of 10, chefs that know us can see an RSB dish from a mile off because it's got a style.
My name is FLYOVER, nickname is Flo. I'm the breakfast chef here at Restaurant Sat Bains.
So breakfast chef, now I used to work here, I know how important breakfast is for Sat. It's, in a lot of like hotels, it's like a bit forgotten sometimes, but it's just as important as the food at night.
Yeah, I think one thing he does say is that breakfast is your last meal you're going to have here.
Exactly.
So it has to be a very, very good experience.
What's your favourite thing on the breakfast menu, or the most interesting?
The most interesting for me, I think my favourite is the apple crisps, which comes with the birch and muesli. The reason being, there's part of RSB in it. So obviously we have our own bees. So I use a bit of honey from the bees to make the apple crisps. So.
And then, so these are the apple crisps. What you dehydrate them?
Yeah, we dehydrate them for 24 hours.
And do you put the honey on them first, or?
No, we use the honey on. I use the honey for the baked apples, which is another component that goes with the birch and muesli. And then the honey that's left over, I'll make a little stock with it, and then I add it to the apple crisp, and then we dehydrate them all night for 24 hours. Yeah, of course you can. Should be nice and crunchy still.
We used to have something similar on when I was here years ago, but this looks like it's gone up levels. That's awesome. Really tasty.
I think cooking is a skill and it's a craft, and it's all about reps. And if you look at the culture of cuisine at the moment in the UK, there's not a lot of cooking going on. You know, I look at the Adam Byerts, the Phil Howers, the John Williams, phenomenal chefs, craftsmen. I love that. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that era. I don't want to just heat stuff up, prepare it, let it in the fridge, cook everything in batch, put it together as an assembly job, make it look pretty. I hate the adage of food you eat with your eyes, you can eat with your mouth. As simple as that.
It's just come up to 12:30. We've been here a few hours, but I've learned so much already. Not just from the chefs that we've been doing prep with, we've been out in the garden and learned all about bees and all the amazing produce. Customers are just coming in for lunch now. I'm going to jump back in the kitchen and see what's happening.
Food should look good, but it should taste better, and I've always said that. So the trends, I believe, are very style over substance, I believe. There's a lot of gimmickry going on, a lot of twirls and shapes and tweezers. These are my tweezers, and they've been that from day one, because the feeling of food you need to touch. Food is a contact sport. You know what I mean? You've got to feel it.
Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm called Peeps by Sat normally. I'm the kitchen manager, the prep kitchen. And favourite chef, I'd probably say Raymond Blanc, a bit old school.
So Marcus, we're making sausages.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sort of sausages?
These are teal.
Yeah.
They've got a small percentage of teal in them. Duck thigh, and pork belly.
Okay, because it's lean teal, you need that fat.
Yeah, you need that bit of fat in there. And it's been cured overnight, normally 3% cure overnight, and then minced once, and then through to make the sausage.
And is it all the legs you're using? Just put any breast in there as well?
No breast.
No breast,
no,
just the leg.
So just the leg. So basically the whole bird is used. So the breast is used, obviously, in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then the offal, as well, goes into.
Oh, lovely, extra flavour.
The heart and the liver goes in there for
Sounds
flavour
right on
as
my
well.
street. We doing all of this?
Yeah, get it all through. Try and get it through.
Nice and
When
quick.
it starts coming through, continuous.
Okay.
So we don't get uneven shaped sausages. So here we go, starting to come through.
So this is for service tonight, is it?
No, so these, very important, these go in the dry ager
Okay.
for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then
So
there'll
what's
be
the reason with
steam.
sausages in a dry ager?
Well, not everybody puts them in a dry ager, but again, like meat, it'll dry them out. The flavour, obviously.
And you'll get like a more robust texture? Like a little bit firmer? Just
A little bit firmer, yeah. So we also put milk powder through
Oh,
our-
right, okay.
rather than gluten in there. So you get kind of a different texture in there as well.
Surely when you wake up and you go to work, you want that pigeon dish or that scallop dish or that teal dish. You're striving for it to be better each time you cook it. And if that thing's in your head, that means you're wanting better for yourself. I want that for them. Don't get me wrong, I don't make these chefs. I never made you when he was here. I gave you a vision. And you came along the track, like most of the chefs do. But I'll show them a path. It's a least trodden path because it asks a lot about yourself. And a lot of people will get it and they'll fly with it, but a lot of them don't get it. Because not only am I asking a lot of myself, because I'm asking a lot of you guys and the staff that I've got, the pressure is on. I'll give you everything you need to perform at the highest level until the only failing is you.
So it's just coming up to 4 o'clock. Guys are really busy getting all the finishing touches ready. They're about to sit down for their staff food because service starts in 1 hour.
When we cook the game birds, they're cooked to order. Each table, even though it's a tasting menu, the fish is cooked to order, the garnish is cooked to order, the tarts are cooked to order, the little quiches are cooked to order. But when you've got that, there is still that beautiful thing that we remember when we were training or when we were younger, of the fire in the kitchen. It's the excitement of having several pans on the go and each one's got to be perfect and each one's got to be seasoned, or a knob of butter there, a bit of vinegar there, a bit of seasoning there. It all comes together like a crescendo. We plate it and it's like, ooh, now start again, wipe down, start again. Whereas if it's just systematic, you're taking the passion and all that beautiful creative energy out of cooking because it becomes formulaic.
Hi, my name's John Freeman. I'm the head chef here at Restaurant Sat Bains. My favourite chef, I have two favourite chefs actually. One of them is called Sam Mason and another chef called Alex Stupek. Both of these guys are from New York. I was lucky enough to work with one of them in a restaurant called WD50 and yeah, they're just two very inspiring chefs.
I think very rare is John. You know, he's a rarity in this industry because he just wants to work at the highest level. And yes, he could have gone off years ago. He'd be a 2-3 star chef now. No doubt about that. But the friendship and the connection we got is a bond. We work together, we understand each other. But to also instill that passion into the chefs, he's the perfect teacher. He's got the patience, the desire to teach. He loves it. He gets fulfilled from it. And working with me, he's almost, you know, he's my right-hand man, without a doubt.
So I've said it loads of times today. This is like my favourite job I've ever had. One of the reasons for that is this man, John.
Thank you.
So you've been here, what, 23 years?
23 years, yeah.
So we worked together, we lived together, we
Yeah.
partied together, we did everything together for those 2 years I was here. Yeah. So what are you gonna do? What are you showing me?
We're basically
It's
just
finishing
we're
touches.
doing finishing touches for tonight.
Yeah.
So two things is we're finishing the barbers.
Yeah.
That's one of the new dishes on the menu. It's
Oh,
obviously
rum
a classic
barbers,
name. It's rum barbers, but we're doing, it's a whiskey barber.
Oh wow.
And it's
That's
using
awesome.
the whiskey that we collaborated with Wireworks
Yeah.
to make. So it's Cuvée number 1, beautiful whiskey. And then we do, for guests having coffee, we do, it's not the traditional petit fours that we do, so we just do a tobacco leaf. So we had a mould made.
So that's the shape of a
that's
tobacco leaf. Ah, I didn't know what they looked like.
And then it's just 40% of our own milk chocolate, and we infuse it with cocoa nibs and then this beautiful tobacco.
So what is it? Is it like a biscuit or
No,
is it
it's
chocolate?
pure chocolate.
Pure chocolate?
Yeah,
Wow.
this is what we infuse it with, Kentucky Gold tobacco.
So pure tobacco.
Yeah. We toast it, we dehydrate it, and then it just goes crispy, and then we basically just powder it down into the chocolate as well.
Ah, wow.
So it gives it like another hit.
What is it you're doing with the barbars then?
So the barbers, we've already soaked it in whiskey.
Yeah.
Before it goes out, it's going to be re-soaked just in some fresh whiskey. The original soap that I use is sort of like water, lemon juice, sugar, and the whiskey itself. Raw whiskey goes on before it goes out. I'm cutting the middle out because inside here we do like a plum compote. So it's plum
okay.
that's cooked down in like a rose syrup.
Yeah.
That's going to sit in the middle. And then these little bits here will be used to make a little whiskey trifle for the staff dinner. Little staff dessert.
Whiskey trifle for staff food.
When this is on the menu, it's whiskey trifle every week.
We never had whiskey for staff food when I was here.
We never had.
I used to write the staff food menu, so like.
Yeah, we never.
I should have done that.
Never had staff dessert when you was here.
You know, I don't think I would have got any work done though.
1999 out of work, won the scholarship in between the regional to the final. I lost my job, so I had everything to work for. It was only me and Amanda, just got married, so you know, we were skint. And then winning the scholarship, securing the job here, 5th of October 1999, then my vision started because I still run the business today. Like me and Amanda have got no backers. Everything's done through cash flow, savings, and we want to show these young people that work for us that it is possible with a vision and a desire strong enough that it will overcome. But you've got to be savvy. Accolades are great, but they do not pay the bills. What pays the bills is bums on seats. Amanda, as my business partner, my wife, obviously, her knowledge is greater than mine. She was 16 when she was taken on as a manager, trainee manager in pubs in Shipstons back in the day, and she's worked in hotels, restaurants herself. But her knowledge is phenomenal. And from a customer point of view, a staff point of view, I can't do this without her. I'm okay in there. It's a very closed box. It's me and the chefs, bit of banter, a lot of work ethic, trying to get the best out of the ingredients, but Amanda looks after everything else. Her nurturing of the staff, her knowledge, her discipline, it's a perfect partnership for me because she's got my back and I've got her back. So collectively, we know what our strengths and weaknesses, and we can collaborate to put them together to become quite formidable as a partnership.
Okay, boys and girls, full house tonight. We have double bench and double tasting room. Quite a few dietaries to think about. We have 1 peanut allergy, 1 no goat's cheese, 2 gluten-frees on the same table. They've just asked for gluten-free bread, so this is going to check them when they come in. I think they might be okay with the rest of the menu. And that's it. Have a great service, everybody. Do your checks.
In my eyes, there's a lot of following sheep. So I did some research where are they, any 2-star restaurants outside of London offering an a la carte menu. Hand and Flowers, obviously a pub, do an a la carte, brilliant one. I'm not sure if Le Manoir did it when I looked at it. And the third one was Andrew Fairley. So if you think of that gulf in the UK, from London to Scotland, there was possibly only 3 2-star restaurants doing a la carte. It was a no-brainer. We then introduced an a la carte menu. We're all offering the same thing. Something's got to give. Someone's got to change the path. And it shocks me that people don't try trial and error more often to say, okay, that might work for them, but it's not working for us, so we've got to change. Don't devalue what you do, but change. And I think that's where a lot of people don't change enough for me. They just follow.
So hi, my name is Anna. I'm junior steward here at Restaurant Sat Bains. My favourite chef is, I'm not really sure, I don't have a favourite chef. I just enjoy cooking.
So we're outside in a greenhouse. So this is where I believe the guests come out, they have a course in here.
Yeah.
And you cook it for them?
Yes, I do. So this is a little course we'd like to do in the middle of the service. It's a really nice addition that we think is quite healthy in a Michelin set dining. We're going to do a wood-fired pizza, and we're going to put a little bit of Bianco, which is like a white-based cream cheese sauce on it. We're going to cook it in a wood-fired oven, which is around 400 degrees Celsius, and then with it we're going to serve a little glass of champagne.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're talking my language, let's go.
Lauren Perry wanted to create a champagne to celebrate 100 years of them being French, drinking wine and eating food, as you do. This particular edition is number 26, so you don't get this every year. The master mixer will pick out the best vintages throughout the years and put it into this bottle. So this is from 2012, 2008, 2007. And it had about 10 years on lees, which gives it a really nice buttery and cheesy finish.
I've got one in my fridge at home.
Yeah, nice.
I'm saving it for when we hit 100,000 subscribers.
That's a good idea.
So what course does this come in at in the menu?
This is around 5th or 6th.
Okay, so what, just before the main courses?
Yeah, just before the 2 main courses.
Perfect.
So the first thing I'm going to put down is a Bianca, this is a white-based cream cheese sauce. And then we've got cream cheese, mascarpone, a touch of garlic, black pepper, some €5 Parmesan that Chef Sat gets as whole and wheels from Italy, and some Mani olive oil, which is also from Tuscany. So I'm placing it in the oven, which is around 350, 400 degrees Celsius. Shouldn't take too long to cook at all.
How long does it take?
A minute and a half, maybe 30 seconds, depends on the wood. The wood adds a lot of like different technique styles and the heat element as well.
What I love about it, this is real skill. It's not an oven, a timer, take it out when it's ready. You've got to understand what's happening in there.
What I love about this time of year is there's a lot of cooking going on. You know, there's a big debate about tasting menus are dead, a la carte's in, all that bullshit. The truth is, cooking's never going to go out of fashion. Turn your tasting menu into an a la minute menu. It's obvious. Why cook everything in advance and then just heat it up and then serve it? Because it's boring. The chefs will be bored, they're bored, just standing there waiting for a check to come on. I'll put that on the timer, take it out at that time. Cooking is crucial. So you can have an a la carte menu, perfect, cooking a la minute. We introduced years ago a tasting menu where everything's cooked to order. So there's a lot of fire still going on, a lot of pan work, a lot of plancha, a lot of steam, a lot of wood fire. And what that does, it creates skill. What I'm interested in is a skilled level for the future generation to say, you know what, when they worked here, they were cooking, prepping, making sauces, things that are dying art, because that's got to be something that we hold on to really close to our heart. And then we're going to slag off all the chefs of the future that don't know how to cook, because all the restaurants stop cooking.
And the Bianca goes like kind of almost like a creme brulee. It's so good.
It does, it gets that glaze. We got that lovely blistered on the side.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish off now with a touch of pesto that I made from the herbs that we grow here and here.
So these we can see
these are all
around
microgreens. Got a little selection of everything that we have. Our gardener Pete looks after all this and can't take any credit for it, unfortunately. And here we have basil, nasturtium, coriander, different kinds of mustard, shiso, a little bit of kohlrabi cresses as well in there, and then some €5 Parmesan and Mani olive oil. And then I'll cut it into 4 because half are too messy. Brilliant. Wow. Pizza and champagne.
This is all for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Never in doubt. Yeah. It's amazing. Like just perfect pizza dough, what it should be. Lovely. That pesto just lifts it.
Simplicity at its best. Less is more.
Because we hit our 26 here, I've never really looked at what's next. I've always thought, keep doing what you do really well and trying to improve by 1%. Each day, each month, each year. You're never going to always improve by 1% because you're going to hit 100 eventually. We're never going to get there. You're never going to hit perfection, but we can try. As long as we don't stop trying, and also from a team, they see that. We don't stand still, Amanda doesn't stand still. She's got new chairs, she's redone the restaurant, we had a refit. It's the evolution of the drive to keep pushing. I never walk down this lane or walk into the door thinking, we've made it, or it's good. It's okay. Can it be better? Absolutely. Can we all try harder? Absolutely. And it's the will to be better. And that's what I would say. It's not just because we hit 26, we're like, yeah, we made it. We've got 26 years worth of practice. Now we've got to keep pushing forward, haven't we?
Thank you so much for watching. This channel is only a couple of months old and we've already visited some incredible restaurants. So hit that subscribe button, get in the comments, tell us where you want to see us.